been involved in numerous cases where that was the key piece of evidence to identify a shooter.
Tracking so-called ghost guns, what they are and why a push to ban them is headed to the Supreme Court. Plus, a lifelong love, the lasting connection, and the shared hobby that's bringing this couple somewhere no one else has ever been.
And Hurricane Milton is a Category 5 storm that is going to pose significant impacts to western Florida. I'll have a latest hour-by-hour tracker and when landfall is expected and your local forecast coming up in just a bit. Kaylee.
Welcome into WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Marentat. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We start with a follow-up from our 11 Investigates team. WTOL 11 has uncovered documents showing a former police chief has to pay out nearly $70,000. We told you about Robert Austin before. He's a former Sylvania Township lieutenant and Delta police chief, and he was illegally married to 2 women at the same time. The auditor says he must pay Sylvania Township for illegal health care benefits he received. In a letter, Auditor Keith Faber says Austin must repay the township nearly $70,000 for benefits paid out to over 7.5 years for his illegitimate wife. We called and left a message for Austin, but have not heard back. ProMedica is collaborating with stop-and-go stores here in Northwest Ohio to help combat the opioid crisis. The healthcare system plans to put out Narcan boxes at stores, making it easily accessible for people to grab them in case of an emergency, and it's for free. Store employees will also receive training on how to administer the Narcan to help if needed. ProMedica's Dr. Brian Kaminsky says these are ideal locations to put these supplies.
We know that the only way to get Narcan to people is to make it widely available and to distribute it throughout the community in areas that are either high risk or high traffic, and that's part of the strategy with the stop-and-go stores.
According to Stop and Go, the boxes will be put out in a total of 65 stores. You can expect to start seeing them installed later this month. Mayor Wade Kapsakavage and Police Chief Mike Trenley are planning to address the city's third quarter crime statistics. The discussion will happen tomorrow morning at 11:30 at the Safety Building. WTOL 11 will bring you updates on air and online tomorrow. The United States Supreme Court will be taking up so-called ghost guns. They're weapons without serial numbers made from a kit that can be ordered online. Right now, they're not considered firearms, but the ATF changed the definition back in 2022 to include these homemade devices. Now, justices will hear the case challenging that change. A Toledo restaurant is shut down tonight after the health department ordered it to close. 11 Investigates found Vita Cantina got a letter to shut down yesterday. It stated that a food facility must have a valid LLC or license holder at the responsible party. The former owner says it's all a big misunderstanding. He told WTOL 11 he mistakenly canceled his LLC when he sold the restaurant back in May and has started the process to reinstate it.
They reached out and we're working with them on how they can obtain a new license with a new name.
The health commissioner said the restaurant could reopen in a few days. A Japanese steakhouse and sushi restaurant in Maumee is now closed. The restaurant was located on West Dussel Drive. The owners made the announcement on their website and say it's closed for good. They went on to say the decision was not made lightly and that they will cherish the memories made with their customers. Well, today marks a milestone in the negotiations for a local teachers union. Educators at Washington Local School have been working 100 days without a contract. Students in the district wore black to support their teachers today, and the movement expanded outside Washington Local. A spokesperson for the Teachers Association says teachers from other school districts did the same. That lists include Springfield, Sylvania, and Findlay.
That support around us from other districts, it's teachers saying, we understand you're the most valuable resource these students have. We want you to be able to recruit and retain the best teachers there are, and this is the way we have to do it.
Those of the unions say the last meeting between the two sides was not productive. The district sent us a statement reading, Washington Local Schools is looking forward to getting back together for negotiations next week, optimistic that we will settle a contract for our teachers. Hurricane Milton takes aim at Mexico as a powerful Category 4 storm. It's expected to hit Florida's Tampa area late tomorrow or early Thursday morning. This comes as people there and in other coastal communities work to clean up debris from Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Milton has also impacted with travel, with Tampa International Airport suspending all of its operations. We're going to bring in meteorologist John Birchfield. John, this is shaping up to be a very serious storm.
Yeah, Kaylee, Milton's actually gained a bit of strength. Again, it was a Category 4 for most of the day, but has recently been upgraded once again to a Cat 5 hurricane. And the latest data indicates the chance for wind gusts to 200 miles an hour with sustained wind speeds of 165. We're still expecting a landfall very early Thursday morning or late Wednesday night. The latest satellite imagery shows you the eye of that storm becoming more well-defined, and as that circle becomes more evident there, that indicates a strengthening phase of the storm. That hurricane eye, it underwent what is known as an eye wall replacement cycle, essentially regrouping and moving its energy to the east-northeast. A reminder that Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers down there helping our sister station in Tampa, and he is at an inland location that is going to be safe and away from any storm surge that occurs. Landfall is likely to occur very early Thursday morning south of Tampa, in between Tampa and Fort Myers, as likely a Category 3 hurricane. The latest storm surge data has actually trended a bit to the south. All of those red colors on the map indicate the chance for 9 to 12 foot storm surge, and we're looking at areas between Tampa and Fort Myers, even south of Fort Myers, that could be experiencing the worst of that storm surge. It's going to be somewhat of a weakening trend, but still, this is going to be a catastrophic hurricane for western Florida. The hour-by-hour forecast shows you some of those outer rain bands reaching Florida tomorrow morning, and there's that landfall Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I'll have more on your local forecast and also looking ahead towards the impacts coming up in just a bit. Kaylee?
All right, thanks, John. The devastation from this hurricane season has left tens of thousands of people without a place to return home. WTOL 11 is teaming up with the American Red Cross to provide support. We're working with the organization to collect donations to help. You can call in tomorrow to speak directly to Red Cross volunteers from 4 to 6:30 p.m. right here on WTOL 11. Monetary donations go directly to the American Red Cross to support its hurricane relief efforts. Taking a look at behind the hashtag tonight, we're talking Mega Millions. The lottery says it's going to cost more to buy a ticket. The price will jump to $5 come April. That's up from the current price of $2 a ticket. Right now, those with Mega Millions say the move will result in improved jackpot odds, more frequent giant prizes, and larger payouts. Fewer people are buying tickets until those jackpots reach higher and higher numbers. The lottery admits doubling the ticket price is a big move, but a spokesperson says research shows people feel comfortable spending at least $5 when they buy scratch-off tickets. This will be the second price increase since the game was created in 2002. Powerball officials, on the other hand, say they have no plans to change that game's odds or the $2 price for most tickets. Well, if you want to see more breakdowns of viral trends and 60-second videos, check out our WTOL 11 social media pages on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Many couples share the same passion, except one couple took their love to new heights, and we're talking very tall heights. Here's CBS.
When you meet that someone special, you promise to be by their side forever on mountain bikes.
I spotted him. He had long, lanky blonde hair.
On Valentine's Day in 1982, Patty Mooney and Mark Schultz locked eyes and fell in love.
I thought she was one of the most beautiful women I've seen.
I call him the ingredient. So you put him into any party situation and the place livens up.
Patty and Mark shared a love for each other and mountain biking.
Here comes Patty Mooney. First in class. Woo-hoo! Go, Patty, go!
The couple got married on a trail, then traveled the world side by side. You mountain biked in Greece.
Yes.
You mountain biked in Switzerland.
Yes.
You mountain biked in Polynesia.
Yes.
Patty and Mark are award-winning filmmakers. In 1987, they produced one of the world's first how-to mountain bike videos.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Tinker.
See you at the top.
Okay.
You bet. See ya.
Glad you could join us. We love mountain biking.
And that's why we made this video, to entertain you and show you training techniques that will inspire you and make you not crash on your head.
And then you made a second mountain biking video.
Say
The ultimate mountain biking video made a big splash.
Oh, that was Costa Rica.
You're on a boat, scuba tanks on your back, mountain bikes underneath you, and what happens?
We're sitting on the edge of the boat and just kind of go over with the bike into the splash.
65 feet deep at the bottom of the ocean.
We invented scuba biking.
Do you think you're the first people who ever did that?
Absolutely. We're the first people to do a lot of things on mountain bikes.
Let's give it up for Patricia.
Patty is probably the first 69-year-old to have 2 total knee replacements and win so many trophies standing alone on the podium.
Love you, Patty.
After 43 years together,
There's not many people that play and work together.
it's till death do they part on mountain bikes. What I love is when Patty's on the podium, you're yelling the loudest.
Yeah, Patty.
I'm yelling, yes, go Patty.
Not bad for 67.
Booyah. She's the best. Best friend.
I think this should end with a kiss.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, come over here.
I will tell you the scuba thing, we both kind of went,
Yeah, that looks...
plot twist.
Yeah, for the adrenaline junkies out there.
Yeah.
I guess that's one way to keep them young. They've really seen the world that way. You know,
Yeah.
only at 67 to have already traveled to all those places, done all that mountain biking. And mountain biking is a dangerous sport. You are at a risk of, falling off, maybe falling into the
Getting attacked
water.
by something.
Yeah, but they have remained steadfast there.
Have you
all of
ever
these
mountain
years.
biked?
Yeah, I have. And so we have some amazing mountain bike trails here. If you've ever checked out Oak Openings Metro Park, it's not quite as adventurous as some of those European trails.
Switzerland.
Yeah, we don't really have hills here, but it's definitely fun. It's just a little dangerous. Probably should wear the helmet and the knee pads.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Want to check it on that WTOL 11 weather forecast? We'll have the latest on your local outlook, plus tracking Hurricane Milton, which has been upgraded early this evening to a Category 5 storm. Heading into that local forecast, the work week is going to feature sunny and nice conditions, and our next chance for any sort of rain showers, that is going to come in on Sunday for the tail end of the weekend. So the latest on Milton and the latest data just coming in after 5 o'clock p.m. It has been upgraded to a Category 5 storm. It was formerly a Cat 5 yesterday, and after undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle has gained some steam once again. Latest data shows 200-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and landfall is likely late Wednesday into early Thursday morning. Quiet weather on satellite here at home, but down to the south, we're watching that eye of the storm that is now very evident as Milton moves to the east-northeast, approaching western Florida. Some of those outer rain bands are already going to be felt tomorrow morning, and there is that eye of the storm, almost a perfect circle visible from outer space on what we call an infrared satellite. Essentially, this is a photo of the cloud tops as seen from outer space. It is likely to weaken to some extent, but even as a Cat 3, it is still going to have some devastating impacts. That landfall likely very early Thursday morning between Tampa and Fort Myers as a Category 3 storm. So here's the hour-by-hour timeline. Tomorrow morning, some of the wind is going to pick up, pressures are going to drop, and those outer rain bands are going to produce some showers and thunderstorms. And then there's that landfall that is occurring. The eye of the storm is going to weaken after it reaches the friction of land and moves inland. And then even eastern Florida is going to get some rain out of this as that storm continues its journey to the east-northeast. So when is landfall expected? Late Wednesday into early Thursday. One of the biggest impacts that we're tracking is that 10 to 15-foot storm surge. And if you have friends or family down there, make sure they are taking this storm very seriously.